Special guest.
Hey, we're calling in from the live from the Enroll studio.
All right, everybody. My name is Nate Manahan, and I am live here in Indianapolis, Indiana, where we're going to be talking all things loyalty today. We're going to be talking about how you can go out to your merchants and say, hey, would you like to be able to know who your customers are? Would you like to be able to reward them for being a loyal customer of you? Would you like to be able to help connect them with other people and other businesses that are serving your communities? Well, we can do that, but not just with ourselves here. But let's start this. Let's bring up our regular office hours crew in the middle of your screen wearing an incredible hoodie. Jenny Rickle. Jenny, how are you and how is life in Glenwood Springs, Colorado?
Things are fantastic. I'm really excited that we have a guest today. So really stoked about that too. So really excited for today's show.
I am excited. So this is our first time in office hours that we've brought in a specific guest outside of the PayProTec world. But Mike, can you tell us, have you jumped into your pool? Last year, you told us you had already filled your pool. Are you out there swimming in these 70-degree days?
We haven't done it yet. I'm telling you, though, one of my son's friends said to me on the weekend, he said, Mike, for $100, would you jump in that pool? It was like 63 degrees. I said, absolutely. But it was only a hypothetical question. He did not get out the $100. But it would only hurt for a little bit, I think. So the thermometer says it's about 69, 70 degrees now. It's getting there. A little bit of cooler weather today and tomorrow is not going to help. But there'll be a time when I'm going to say we did jump in, and it will be before Memorial Day for sure.
All right. Well,
it's just a cold plunge, Mike. Everybody's doing it.
That's true. It's back, isn't it?
Yeah. So we got I've recorded on my back deck now 2 ice bucket challenges. So maybe you could get an ice bucket challenge, then do the cold plunge right into your own pool. But here, Mike, I do have something. You said somebody offered you your son's friend reneged, was not going to give you $100. Let me bring people on the screen that I know would give you $100, not so much for jumping in the pool, but for selling their products. On the upper right-hand corner of your screen, it's Mr. Dana Doms from Enroll and Pay and LINX. Dana, how are you? Dana, you are not in your home territory right now. Tell me, where is home and where you are now?
Home is Nova Scotia, Canada, but I'm in the greater Enroll and Pay studios in California.
I love it. I love it. And so is it just you? Tell us a little bit, Dana. Is it just you in the Enroll and Pay studios? Who else is in the Enroll and Pay studios?
We have a special guest that's here with us.
I thought he was going to come. Oh my gosh.
Hey, everybody. What's up?
So look at that, Mr. Brian Booth.
Hey.
And
it's great to see everybody.
He is not usually in the wintry of Nova Scotia. He is at his home territory in beautiful Southern California. Brian and Dana, I'm going to figure out, I just realized I did all the setup to get us 4 on the screen. I didn't do a setup and a button for me to get just the 2 of you on the screen, which I'm going to do here in a second. While you start talking, Brian, Mike and Jenny, I will get you off the screen as soon as I turn this on here. There we go. Hold on. Give me a second here. And instead of me, we're going to put, this is live production right here.
Woo-hoo.
Watch this.
Nate,
while you're doing that.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, Nate, I was going to say, Mike, the ocean water in San Diego is about a 65 right now.
Oh.
And I think Dana's going to take a swim later today before he heads on the plane back home tomorrow. 100%.
Excellent.
That
Do
I'll
it.
be warm as heck compared to Canada. Is that normal for San Diego?
The water
I'm
temp.
disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's getting to the point in the summertime here, early spring, where it's starting to get, we can just go out in your board shorts. So we're getting close.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, Brian and Dana, I'm going to keep you on so you could tell us a little bit as I figure out how to get. Yeah, something is just going wrong. I've got to get this. I'm going to keep all four of us on. Here we go.
Should we introduce what our LINX concept is? Or what do you
Let's start this. Tell us before we get to Enroll and Pay and to LINX, which we'll explain in a second. Give us each a little bit of brief history how you got here. You're not new to payments. You're not new to loyalty. Tell us a little bit about where you came from.
Sure. Well, I've been calling on merchants for a good 20 years, whether I was selling advertising or websites or various things. And so I have a passion to help local merchants leverage technology to grow their business. And we've tried a couple of different technology things and pivoted a few times. And now, so I finally landed on Enroll and Pay about 10 years ago ish, maybe less. And really, we just wanted to help merchants, grow their business. And it's hard for merchants to get sort of like an enterprise level technology, for a little mom and pop type of business. And that's kind of the merchants that we're trying to help. And then I don't know, about 8 years ago, Dana called us up from Nova Scotia, and he's like, "Hey, I like what you guys are doing. Let's talk about working together." And then what happened?
Then we grew a network. And so we're going to build more of a network. And we've created some really cool technology where we can enroll customers right on the terminal during a live transaction. Our conversion is through the roof. And that's really the key to any successful loyalty program, is to convert every single customer that walks through the door if possible, and then have the means to be able to communicate with them post-transaction in a meaningful way. And that's what we've created.
Perfect. All right. So I'm going to come up with a couple questions. Jenny, I'm going to throw a question to you, and then I'll let you jump in with if you have any questions for Brian and Dana. But we've talked loyalty before, and I know you and I both are always looking for that deal, always looking for that opportunity. Jenny, what was the last time you used or responded to a rewards or loyalty message from something you were buying or looking to buy?
Like probably yesterday.
Yeah.
So businesses have the opportunity to really entice customers, like buy this many and get a percentage off, or get so many like punch passes. I use it at a yoga studio. So you use so many punch passes and then you get into class for free or whatever. So I'm all about utilizing this. It's an opportunity for me to save money as a consumer. So it's definitely the business is taking advantage of my loyalty because I absolutely use it all the time.
So, Brian and Dana, as we're looking to be able to do things like this, and as we're looking to be able to help our partners be able to offer loyalty, what sets apart your loyalty? You kind of briefly talked about it, but what's unique about what Enroll and Pay and specifically LINX does that is not available in most other or any others, to do some of your patents, of loyalty programs?
Yeah, so I think the one thing that sets us apart is we're able to link the customer's credit card on the terminal during a live transaction. It takes like an extra 5 seconds for a customer to type in their phone number and opt in, but essentially we turn the customer's payment card into their loyalty card. So what's the next time when they come back through, instead of them having to present their loyalty ID and then also make a payment, just their payment does both. So we actually end up saving, time in line for merchants. And we've really designed the program to be to the benefit of processors and merchants. We've designed it so that it could be easily sellable, and it works really well. It reduces churn. But the big thing, I think, like when you compare us to like the Squares and the Toast, who also have some similar card linking technology, what our patent covers is we ask the opt-in takes place right after the card is presented for the very first time. And so the customer has to decide, do I want a 10% off reward right now or not, before the payment even closes. And because of that, like Dana was referring to, we get 30, 40% conversion. We actually just signed up a merchant a couple of weeks ago as a chiropractor is doing 100% conversion. We've never had that before. So we're pretty impressed with that. So we're excited about that. And then Dana, why don't you talk to them about how when we added LINX, what makes that really unique?
Yeah, sure. So LINX is a marketing play that's utilizing Enroll and PayProTec. Obviously, we talk about conversion. What we're trying to build is a LINX rewards network nationwide through our partners like PayProTec. And in order for us to do that, we're actually offering some pretty neat incentives, monetarily wise, in the form of boarding, residual income for the first 25 merchants that each agent boards. The only caveat to that is we want you to give our platform away free, entirely free, for life to those first 25 merchants. That will enable you to grow your network in your area, and then each subsequent conversation is very meaningful with new greenfield merchant opportunities because you're establishing a network. We anticipate that each network will have approximately 15,000 consumers that will enroll at those first 25 merchants in the first 30 days. And then you can do the math, out for a few months, but it's a pretty big number that each subsequent merchant is going to be able to tap into, and we're going to be able to drive business to them and prove to those merchants the value of the LINX Rewards Network, and in turn help you have some stickiness with your merchants and grow your portfolio.
Yeah. So LINX is like tying the mids together, right? So imagine if you're a rep and you work in, your community selling PayProTec processing, and when you walk in and talk to the merchant, the conversation's different. It's not about processing or rates or terminals or things like that, or even cash discount or dual pricing. What it's about is, does your terminal have the ability to collect your customers' data and allow you to reach back out, through a CRM and bring them back and include loyalty? And then also, Mr. Merchant, do you want to tap into a network of 10,000 participating consumers, within a 10-mile radius? And that's a different offer. That puts you, the sales rep, in a situation where you're now like a business consultant, helping them grow their business and giving them the plethora of tools that are available to them. So we're excited to launch that and see it happen and really grow this summer.
All right, let's see if I am able to do this. So we're going to try this real quick. Look at that. Okay, there we go. Now I have single shots of everybody. We can make this work. All right, so that was a great description, I think, of how you guys set yourself apart. Let's take a step back. Most of our partners, the only way they can get to a loyalty program usually is in selling a full POS. You guys, I think, also set yourself apart that you can't do it on the dumb terminal that we have very few of. In fact, I think we only have really one dumb terminal still left in our repertoire of terminals. I'm not going to tell you which one. I'm not going to throw it in a name, but it doesn't do anything fancy. But tell us a little bit about the hardware that you're available on when it comes to the PayProTec family of businesses.
Sure. So currently we're available on all the PAX A series, so A920, A920 Pro, A80, A60, the Deja Vu line, both on the QD line and the P line recently. We just finished wrapping up an Ingenico integration on the Axiom line, and now we're looking to push the Valor integration over the Goal line, hopefully very shortly. We're also in discussions with multiple POS companies. And so today we're available on standalone, but we anticipate in the next month to 2 months, we'll have a couple of very cool POS integrations that will go hand in hand with our application.
All right, bringing Mike and Jenny back up here. I've been dominating the conversation. Mike, Jenny, any questions you have for Brian and Dana?
I do. And this is just a question. There's several of the loyalty programs I use are phone number driven, So I'm picturing this. What's the difference? I mean, why would I choose card technology versus telephone number technology?
Great question. So when a consumer enrolls on our application, they just put their phone number in the once and the once only. Now, the only caveat to that is, let's say today they enroll with a Visa at ABC Coffee Shop, and then tomorrow they went back and they wanted to use their Amex. It's going to prompt them and ask them whether or not they're an existing member. And they're going to, of course, say yes. Then they put their phone number in again, just the one time, and now that Amex is also tied to their profile. So, and if you want, now the credit card becomes the loyalty ID, as Brian mentioned earlier. So each subsequent visit, you just simply tap, tip, or swipe your payment card, and each whatever reward or redemption or offer is available automatically gets applied without any back and forth between the merchant and the consumer. So they don't have to ask you for a phone number every time. They're not looking for a QR code. You don't have to open up an app. You just simply pay the way you normally pay. Hence the name Enroll and Pay.
I love
Very
it.
simple. I like it. One quick follow-up question, just for my own knowledge, if anything, is can you break down the difference? And I know we're using Enroll and Pay and we're using LINX, and it sounds like LINX is an additional feature of Enroll and Pay, but I want to be able to explain it correctly to our partners, the
Sure.
relationship between the two
Yeah.
terms.
Sure. Enroll and Pay is the technology platform, and LINX is the marketing arm that we've just recently launched
Okay.
that utilizes. So it's the LINX Rewards Network powered by the Enroll and Pay technology.
And I think for most of it's the consumer, I'll put all words on the consumer facing brand that is, so the merchant will see links and they will actually would be able to download eventually an app that would show them all the businesses in Warsaw, Indiana that are accept and are using links rewards. And so they would be able to have that interaction, and it's using the Enroll and Pay power. But I think the merchant will know Enroll and Pay. The customer will know links. Is that a good description?
Correct. Yeah. And we're also will be enabling push notifications through the apps. The apps are available, but obviously we're just getting started. So we only have a handful of merchants. But you're correct. Each geographic area, when a consumer enrolls with one merchant, they'll be able to download the app if they wish, or they can go to our web portal, which will give a listing of merchants near them and what those specific offers may be.
All right. Okay, we're getting there. Jenny, what has sparked a question in your mind? What have you said, man, I wish I knew more about this? And maybe it's just how good Dana's hair is. That may be what too, because he's hiding it he's got a great head of lettuce there. And he's put a hat on. I'm just disappointed in that. No offense, Brian, but
I'm curious. So as we talk about your product and what it offers, if a sales partner is interested in signing up, what does the onboarding process look like? What if they have a business that's ready to go?
They just simply call us. You go through your same process. If it's an existing merchant with PayProTec, they just simply submit a template request, and then enables our app to be exposed on the terminal. And then from there, it's literally a 5-minute conversation with me or our support team, where we enable put the offer construct. So, is there going to be an enrollment offer? Is it going to be points driven offering? Is it going to be cash driven? That's the most important part. And then of course we have to put the name and address of the business in for e-receipt purposes, etc. But we take that code and put it in our back office, and the terminal is live literally within 5 minutes.
So, and obviously if you're in part of the existing system, you have to actually be using either a PAX A920, not a Pay Anywhere. We always want to make sure it's not a Pay Anywhere, but a PAX A920 that is unlocked. You can get up and go. We can talk about how to get some of this hardware moving forward. Or you're on a Deja Vu device already. Those are the two main players in our ecosystem that you would be able to just roll them in and say, hey, I've got a new loyalty software. And from what we're saying, you're going to go totally free for life for the first 25 customers. Is that what I heard?
Correct. Yep. And then we're also going to provide a $100 bonus for each merchant they board, a one-time, and then a $25 per month per merchant residual for the agents for life, as long as that merchant is on the network. On top of that, we're also going to provide a $100 credit towards a potential terminal swap if need be.
Perfect. And on that, so if it's a new merchant, you can just go through your standard selling, and you're going to sell them either on a Deja Vu device or a PAX A920. And it needs to be unlocked. And that actually, when you do that, you choose the broad pause A920 PAX A9 system.
Correct.
When you're doing enrollment. Yep. We can walk you through that. And we're going to, after today, we're trying to pique your interest, get you excited, and want you to meet more with Brian and Dana. Then we'll get you figuring out how the bells and whistles work and how this streamlines and actually works. But I mean, this is a huge offering. So I was watching a couple of this is their Q4 earnings. They just did their Q1 earnings, but I was watching their Q4 earnings. So the parent company to Square, And they, in their earnings, talked about how much money they made on their loyalty program, because it makes enough money that it actually reads on their P&L, and they're charging for it. And that, what I think it's interesting here is we've never really had a great way to get into loyalty. Each one of our tools have a different. This is a unique tool that is different than a lot of the others. And Brian and Dana, it is something that, you know, I forget, what does Square charge? Do you know that off the top of your head, what their loyalty program is? But it's not free. I know that.
150 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just for the loyalty program, and then they charge another, 150 plus for the CRM portion of it as well. So as a merchant, you could be looking, between $300 and $400 a month for just the loyalty piece.
Yep. So right today, and for your first 25 merchants, it's a pretty good deal. I mean, Mike, Jenny, that is a better deal than what a lot of our other systems are offering right now. And it's a way to get in the door and be something, and be on a piece of hardware. A lot of our percentage of our partners that are not in percentage, but a lot of our partners are using Deja Vu devices. I don't think we do a lot of PAX A920s by themselves, but that's a great piece of hardware too. Correct?
It is. And we also have the ability, if they want to swap terminals out for a PAX A920, we will include a free terminal, a free A920 for those first 25 if need be.
Refurb.
Yeah.
So we're doing a free first 25 for PayProTec, you're saying?
No, per rep. Let's say there's So PayProTec,
okay.
If their territory is in Alabama somewhere, and we're going to give that rep 25 free, free merchants, just for them to build up that LINX network in their area. It's almost like them getting their own territory, for LINX.
Yeah.
And so we feel if we get them that first 25 merchants, that's really going to give them that solid base of merchants, but also the participating consumers. Because we were doing the math, a typical merchants can enroll very conservatively 20 customers a day. So if you have 20 merchants, 20 customers a day, that's 400 merchants a day. That's,
upwards to 15,000 consumers enrolling in the first month.
Yeah, no, in the night, within the network, right? So that's going to be a really exciting thing for a rep to have, to be able to offer, in their market. And then after that, the pricing will change, and we'll be able to charge more money, maybe not as much as Square and Toast, because we don't want to price ourselves out of the market, but we also want to make sure the reps can make additional money besides just the 25 that we're giving them up front. But what we really also want, part of that deal, is we want that merchant to talk directly with us, right? So we want to remove some of the friction from the reps trying to sell our product as well, because it's kind of hard to wrap your head around our technology at times. So some of them really get it, and if you just want to refer the merchant over to us, we'll take we'll handle it all, and you'll still get paid.
Do you have, or Nate, do we already have it, maybe any of that stuff in writing, guys? Because man, I would love to be able to share that a little bit with our group.
It's called Show Me the Money, Nate. It's in the PowerPoint deck. It's a 2-pager.
Yep. I will share. We're going to put that as a link into the description of this YouTube video. After we get off the live, we'll put that in. You can also email us, and we'll do that. And we're gonna test this here. Let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna share my screen.
The video.
We're gonna see if I can pull this off. Here's the problem.
So this video, here it is. Cool.
All right, let's see. This is on YouTube. So let's see if this all works. Give it a second here. Here we go. And you guys are gonna have to tell me if you hear the audio, because I'm gonna hear the audio no matter what. So tell me if you guys hear the audio, then this is going correctly. Here we go.
As a small business owner, it can be challenging to find ways to compete against big business. Offering rewards creates stickiness and improves profitability. But how do small businesses access the same technology that enterprise merchants do? The answer is LINX. Our card linking solution links 20 times more customers than other programs, which equates to higher participation and ultimately higher profits for your business. With LINX, your customers link their credit cards on your smart terminal during the payment. Their credit cards then become their loyalty cards. As a participating merchant with LINX, your business will be promoted to link consumers in your area. We publish your performance-based rewards to the network, and you get more links. More merchants, more consumers, more links. You'll also receive sales and loyalty analytics you need to grow your business. We automatically categorize your customers based on their spending performance and send targeted communication to different types of customers for a better response rate. Our system is completely automated, which makes it easy to use for you, your employees, and most importantly, your customers. Finding customers and keeping customers is important to your success. Contact us today to get your business links.
I have no idea. I'm telling that that did not show, so but you heard it, so that was good.
It played well, yes.
Yeah,
the voice was
audio
fantastic.
the audio
Yeah.
was amazing. Nate.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
audio.
so that audio is great. I should have thought ahead of time. I should have gotten the download and not the YouTube version. That would have been, I could have easily just clicked a button and played it, but I didn't do that. And I tried to show it off YouTube. Didn't work. You guys heard it. So Michael Whitlock, thank you for telling me that it sounds good and we look good. So that's all that matters, right? We're going to post that video to our YouTube channel too. I know Enroll on Play has already put, I'm assuming you've posted it. Well, yeah, you just sent it to, that was from your YouTube channel, but, so you can do that because there's several questions we're getting, Brian, Dana. One here, they are asking about the terminals. You use the fancy word Ingenico. We do not have the Android-based Ingenicos on our EPX. So, but we have plenty of great options with the PAX, as Mike said, and the PAX, all the A series. I think that could be a really cool device. Those A88s, I still think those are sexy devices. I love those. Obviously, if you don't need a printer and things like that, but I think for a loyalty-based system, especially for like food trucks and places that are trying to keep it simple and doing that. Can you guys describe a little bit? Obviously, we can post some others, but part of what you're doing is, in order to this technology, is you are actually replacing the terminal. I don't know what the right word is, but the terminal interface for like the PAX with the LINX interface, and same with the Deja Vu devices. Talk through how you handle dual pricing and what that looks like, and how you've continued to evolve that product.
Sure. So our application, we power the UI. So our application simply speaks to the payment application. So with PAX, it's BroadPOS, and with Deja Vu, obviously it would be Aura. So those commands go back and forth, very simple commands, but the UI is all driven by Enroll and Pay. And baked into our application, we have the ability to toggle on and off cash discount. And they can set the percentage rate within our application. We can also toggle on or off tips if that's a scenario, and set those preset percentages. And we can also enable or disable terminal mode, which means the merchant doesn't have to put a PIN in every time to get back to the first transaction screen. And then the last neat kind of thing is we can actually manually batch from our application if they need to be. I think we may have been cut off, but.
Nope, I think you're
I heard you.
We heard you. Hey, we're figuring this all out as we're going here, and this getting an interview in. I'm going to be better the next time, so we'll bring you back in about 4 months. We're going to be much better on doing interviews here on our office hour show here. What questions have I missed, Jenny and Mike, that we should be asking Brian and Dana?
There's one in the chat still about demos. Is that what that video was?
That's just
we didn't have the video.
Yeah, that video is just a marketing. That's a merchant-facing marketing video. As far as demos are concerned, if any of the agents want to contact me, I'll run them through a demo, what it looks like on the terminal, and then I'll also show them the back office and all of those, the good business intelligence that's back there. And generally, I'd like to set aside 30 minutes for each agent. I can do one-on-one, or we can do one-on-many. It's up to you.
Yep. All right. Well, let's do this right now, and we'll reiterate it a couple times in our last several minutes here. How can they get a hold of you and set up a meeting to be able to do that demo? Start thinking about how they can get set up with you to start selling Enroll and Pay, or LINX patent powered by Enroll and Pay.
Yeah, just Dana@enrollandpay.com or info@enrollandpay.com, either or. And then just set a time, and then I'll send a meeting bridge, and we'll set it up.
And
that LINX video, by the way, is customizable for your reps. So at the very last page in that video has got an email address for the merchant to contact whoever shared that video with them. And so when a rep signs up with us, we will customize the video for them so they can send that out to their existing book of business. It makes an easy way to give a little prompting and exposure to their existing base.
And we've done that for probably 7 or 8 agents so far, and it's worked out very well.
Yeah.
What I'm excited about, and what we've known Brian and Dana, man, I was trying to remember. I think it was MWAA 22. Has it been
I'm thinking around there.
somewhere
3,
in
I
there?
think, but
Yeah.
when we met Brian, yeah,
Obviously, it was in Chicago.
Yeah.
it was that actually was in that suburb that one year. Now it's back to Chicago, but I remember that's where I met you first. Was where was that, Nate?
That would be Schaumburg, if
Schaumburg.
it was. Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Schaumburg. Yes, that's where I first saw your presentation.
For the friends that represent the MWAA, we request that we never return to Schaumburg, and always, if we're going to be in Chicago, let's stay downtown.
Agreed.
That's my own opinion. But coming up, we're all going to be together. Well, everyone on the screen except for Jenny, who will be celebrating vicariously through Puerto Rico instead of hanging out with us in beautiful, sunny Orlando. But if you're going to be in Orlando with us, hopefully, if you're not going to be in Orlando, why not? You still got 4 weeks to register. You can go to join.payprotec.com, sign up. We have our training on fuel powered by PayProTec on the 4th on Wednesday, the 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to be at SEAA. We found out our booth spaces. Sorry, Brian and Dana, our booth space is better than yours. It's right in front of the front door as you walk in the
Awesome.
middle of the first row. I was very thankful for that. I did look you guys up. We'll know exactly, because we're gonna play a little partner bingo on those days and make sure our partners are hanging out to our other friends' booths. But you guys are going to be at SEAA, so why not just come hang out and meet them in person? I think that sounds like a good idea, right, Brian, Dana?
Awesome.
Yeah,
Love it.
We love it. And this year, just to keep things new and exciting, we're introducing new booth uniforms that we just acquired yesterday that we're pretty excited about. They're very
Uniform. Wow.
Florida-esque. Yeah. So we want to keep things fresh. So please come by and check out the new Orlando unis.
There you go.
Nate, I need a picture. I need to see this.
We will
do Enroll and Pay hats to join. So come by and you can pick up a LINX or an Enroll and Pay hat as well.
There we go.
We'll text you in Puerto Rico, Jenny.
I'm fine with that.
Is that for your big run, Jen?
No, it's going to be an actual vacation. Imagine that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You get those, huh?
Sometimes I have a big run afterwards. That's still on the plan too.
Okay, great.
I really think, I know it's too short for you, Jenny, but we've got the famous Indianapolis mini marathon here coming up this weekend. We need to get you here to come do the mini sometime, where you can do the 2.5 miles of it is on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway circuit.
Oh my God, I would love that.
So
that'd be great.
I think I forget. It always sells out every year. I think it's 13,000 runners. So, but I know it's short compared to the going after the races.
Still far.
Yeah,
The 100 day. Yeah, it's only 13.1. Come on.
Exactly. All right. So we're excited about making sure our partners know about Enroll and Pay. If you're watching this, you can email either dana@enrollandpay.com. Hopefully you can spell that out, or info@enrollandpay.com, or email us and we'll connect you over. But what I want to do is see how many of our partners will jump in. Let's learn about this. It's a value add, and let's see if I get everything right. So Brian and Dana, here we go. Let's see if I get everything right. First, every partner who jumps in with Enroll and Pay, your first 25 customers for life don't have to pay anything for their loyalty program. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
Number 2. Check. All right. Number 2, if those first 25, if they need a new piece of hardware, you can offer either refurbished PAX A920, or obviously you can use any of our channels to go with the A devices, but these are going to be purchases. These aren't placement programs, or the Deja Vu QD2s, QD4s devices. But if they need one for these first 25, you can give them a refurbed PAX. Is that correct?
Correct. And if they don't want to use a PAX, we'll provide $100 credit towards a replacement terminal.
There we go. All right. That was going to be my next fact. I was good, but you guys got me. All right. Then, and on top of that, there is money for the partners. Mike Stetzel was trying to make $100 off of a high school kid earlier this week, but if you would just go out and sell Enroll and Pay, he would get $100. Is that correct for the first?
Correct.
All right.
The first 25. Yep.
for the first 25. And on top of that, every month they stay in, there's a $25 residual for these first 25 as they continue to stay a customer of Enroll and Pay. Is that also correct?
Per merchant, $25 per merchant per month for life, as long as they're on the network for the first 25.
All right. And is there, I think that's the highlights, right? That's the overview. Anything I missed?
I think we're good.
Ah, man, that's a pretty good
Perfect.
deal. I'm pretty excited
Yeah.
about it. As we close today, again, a reminder, come join us in Orlando. It's going to be a really good time. You can learn more at join.payprotec.com, and you can sign up. If you have questions, you can email me at nate@payprotec.com. I'm here to help you out. We want to see you. I'm hearing, I have a call later today about setting up some foursomes for some golf. There's going to be some incredible times of, I have been at enough of these events that I'm pretty sure that we'll end up at some type of bar with Brian and Dana. And you may even get a chance. Dana, you got to ask Dana about how his poker career was. And also I've heard you could play some pool with him. Sorry, you may lose your money. So I hope you made a lot of those extra $100 because Dana's going to get it back if you go play pool with him. But, so on that, Brian and Dana, thank you so much for joining us. Jenny, what is our closing word and our challenge for our partners as we close out this beautiful first day of May? How in the world did we get to May 1st?
New month, you guys. I'm going to steal a quote that I got from Josh Brown in our last meeting. Go out there and give 110%. It is now is the time to rock and roll. Along with our awesome products with credit card processing, we have these value adds, and as we went through the pricing and how magnificent that is with Enroll and Pay, you have the support, right? We're here. We're going to support you guys. You have this great team behind you. So go out there and sell. You call us if you need us.
We head for the sky.
All right. On behalf of Nate Einahan, that's who I am, Mike Stetzel, Jenny Rickle, Brian Booth, Dana Doms, the whole Enroll and Pay crew from Enroll and Pay San Diego, beautiful Southern California. This has been our first guest episode of Office Hours. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Let's go out and sell some Enroll and Pay. Go reach out to them. We're here to help. See you guys. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.